Razabani for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me, promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you right?
I'm good, mate. I'm buzzing. Nearly there. Nearly there. You know, Razza, sometimes when you get a problem, people don't realise it's not one problem. It's 100 little problems. So all you got to do is day by day tick the boxes, graft away, solve all those little problems. And we've nearly solved them all. And we are, 3 days away from probably what will be probably the proudest moment of my career so far, one of the most defining moments of our career and our business in Fightcamp, you know, and it's going to be mad. I mean, I think everybody that's turned up today has been blown away and has looked at it and thought, wow, because when I did the press launch here about 4 weeks ago, we just had a little ring in the middle and everyone, I think, was probably going to each other, it's poxy, isn't it? You know, and now they're looking at it going, my God. I mean, that's the canopy I think we use for Wembley. You've seen the change rooms in there. I mean, this is costing an absolute fortune. Someone's going to get a slap on the arse when it's all done. Probably Frank Smith. But what a great advert for boxing. What a great advert for our company to show you that boxing's a major sport and we are major players.
How does it feel having media days back now? I remember the days, it seems like years ago, when we used to queue up for Eddie Hearn to get an interview. But how does it feel to get kind of back into the groove and the mode of boxing? It
feels good. I mean, look, it's baby steps, isn't it? You know, we've got Coogan in the fight camp down there. He's had to have his test yesterday. I've got to go and do one this afternoon. Fingers crossed I pass that, you know. And it is baby steps. You've got media here today. We're distancing. We're wearing masks. You know, at times it's like, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. So what are you going to do about it? You know, you've got to crack on. You've got to keep trying to push the boundaries, and you've got to keep taking baby steps every single day. So luckily we were able to become an official sort of testing event for the government bringing crowds back for the snooker. So we'll be getting about 350, 400 people in for the snooker starting this week. And we hope that September and particularly October will mean that we can start bringing fans back to live events in boxing. And leading to, hopefully, what might be the end of the year where we can fill up an arena. But it's going to be difficult, it's going to be challenging. And, you know, maybe this is the new norm. I don't know. You know, we've spent so long trying to create that amazing event experience for fans. Do you know what I mean? Dress up, great fight, Sweet Caroline, few beers. So we can't kid ourselves and say that, yeah, this is the future, because I don't want this to be the future. But what this will be is intriguing, fascinating to watch, and a statement from Matchroom.
How hard is it? How hard was it to put the fights together? Obviously, a lot of fighters trained through lockdown. A lot of fighters probably didn't train through lockdown. Some fighters want more money. Some fighters are just happy to go in 50-50 fights. So how hard was it to put these 4 shows together? One, and how hard is it going to be moving forward if you haven't got large crowds to bring that income in?
I think when we first came up with the idea, and I sort of said I'm going to do fights in the garden, I do probably think there's a few fighters texting each other going, I ain't doing that, you doing that, I ain't doing that. And then when people realised this actually the size of this project, but also how long this was going to take, lockdown, you know, the whole regulations and restrictions, I think people started to think, you know, I need to get on my career. And I've got to get paid, by the way, as well. But we kept that sort of strictness with fighters and managers and advisors to say, look, if you want to fight, this is the fight. And it's been so nice, Razza, where I can actually write down on a sheet of paper and go, do you know what? Eggington, he should fight Cheeseman, right? And Reece Bellotti, Jordan Gill, they were due to box in 6-rounders. Let them fight each other. Do you know what I mean? And then you go to those people and you go, look, do you want to fight on Fightcamp? Yes, but listen, you've got to be in a real fight. You have to be. Even Dalton Smith against Nathan Bennett, 9-1. Like, Dalton's been fighting journeyman, right? So, but this is a good fight for him and he should win that fight. But let's move quicker. Let's give people intriguing fights. And when we've only got 5 fights a night, we can't afford any shit fights. So it's been really refreshing and we've got to try and take this mindset forward. It's going to be harder when you get to the bigger names, you know, when we start haggling over money and no crowds and all this kind of stuff. But we're all trying to move in the right direction. You know, will fighters take 25% less to get out, or do they want to wait till next year? You know, we try to make you know, a consistency of making money time and time again. We're going to lose a lot of money, but we're losing money. Will you take a reduction? Do you know what I mean? So it's like those conversations will come in time, but who knows where we go from here. But right now the focus and the mindset is on here, which is going to be the home of boxing for the next 4 weeks.
You've always spoken about boxing being a night out, people dress up and come out. You obviously can't get fans in it. So how are you going to make this entertaining? How are we going to hear Sweet Caroline? How are we going to hear people sing Sweet Caroline?
You probably won't, other than me. But I think what we're going to see is one of the reasons I wanted to create this was the visual. You know, I wanted to create a brand in itself in Fightcamp that people get excited about. You know, people stopping me, when's Fightcamp start? Are you really doing this in your garden? Do you know what I mean? So people are intrigued to see what it's going to look like, what it's going to sound like. But ultimately, as always, the product is key. I can give you all the hype and bullshit in the world. My garden, yeah, look at this, like, overlooking London, we've got the mansion here, blah, blah, blah. If the fights are shit, it don't matter, because you're not going to consistently watch. So the plan is, week one's a banger. People turn in, yeah, we're not going to hear screaming and shouting. We're turning the crowd noise off. We're not having it. I want you to hear the punches. I want you to hear the interaction with the fighters, the instructions from the referee, the dialogue with the corner team, because these are all things that some people like to hear, but they never get the chance to. So for this period, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be a bit weird, I won't lie. But I believe we've got the fights and the mix and Adam Smith in the comms to just make it exciting, compelling, intriguing. And, you know, I'll be honest, like, all I know is I've done my job, right? I've created something that is the dog's bollocks, that is going to get you tingling come Saturday afternoon. The rest is over to the fighters.
We saw the Premiership obviously bring in crowd noise. What did you make of it, and did you kind of analyse it and think maybe it won't work for us?
I don't mind it. I liked the crowd noise for the football. I liked the crowd noise. We did it for the darts. I was like, I don't know. You know, I did put it out there a couple of times on social media. The general feeling was we don't want crowd noise. Listen, we may do a week one and then go, actually, we might try a bit of crowd noise. But right now, my mindset is no crowd noise. Let you hear everything. Now, if you've got a good commentator and a good commentary team, you're going to be hearing a lot of that noise anyway, but let's hear the punches land on the guts. Telling the corner team, I can't go on. Hearing the instructions, trying to rally their fighter, you know? So this is probably the first time I've done an event where I just, like, there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of how it's going to be, how it's going to feel, I don't know. But I'm intrigued to find out, and I think the viewers are too.
We saw a lot of your rivals here in the UK, or Frank Warren. We've seen Top Rank in America. We've even seen the UFC go before you. What have you made of their shows? Have you learned anything? Have you picked anything up?
Look, it's not about criticising other people, because you have to respect the fact that they've gone ahead and done it. Look, they've done it before me. Now, we were going to go that early, but I actually wanted to sit back and just say, you know what? The fighters aren't pressurising me to fight. They want to prepare properly. The broadcasters are saying go at the end of the football, so I'm cool. You know, and I'm hoping the restrictions might lift a little bit. What have I seen? I've seen, you know, it's all right. It's difficult. You know what I mean? It's not easy to put compelling fights together in a little studio. It's a shell of a building with black walls with nothing there. That's why I didn't want to do it. Where are you, Bob Aaron? Where are you, Frank Warren? Getting out there, canvassing to the fans, hitting them every single day. Me, Matchroom, social media, interviews, YouTube content, trying to deliver the impossible, showing you this. How can you create interest and intrigue if you're just not even talking about it and you're just in a shell of a studio? That's not what we're all about. I'd rather not do it. I wanted to come back with a statement and with a brand, and like I said, Fightcamp as a brand will evolve. Now, we'll run reality shows off of this. This might be an annual event. Maybe we move it to another venue. But it's just, we wanted to come back with a statement for boxing, for Matchroom. And, you know, everybody that's going ahead with live sport right now deserves credit, because it ain't easy, and everyone will be losing money. I've got to go all in, balls deep. Let me give you the razzmatazz. Because that is what we are all about, and that is how you give the perception to fans, and that boxing is a major sport. And when you tune in on Saturday, you will look at this and you will go, fuck me, that's mega, right? And we can't afford to not be mega.
Eddie, just away from the show this weekend. Yesterday, you saw Dylan Whyte post. It was officially 1,000 day as a WBC mandatory. It's been a hell of a ride, hell of a journey, and there isn't really any conclusive answers really on when he will get his mandatory shot, because we just don't know when that Fury Wilder fight is going to be.
No, but we have been given a date of the end of February, and you know, it's comical, really, isn't it, to think that it's 1,000 days. I mean, the only thing that I will say to WBC is he hasn't been mandatory for 1,000 days, but he has been number one for 1,000 days. But he has been mandatory for probably more than half of that. I can't see any way out for the WBC if they want to maintain any credibility or fairness other than to say that's the date. So yeah, if they fight in December, will Fury or Wilder be ready by the end of Feb? Maybe, but maybe not. But you have to make sure that his next fight is him. And if the AJ fight doesn't happen until July or August, no problem, because AJ's not fighting until December either. So we have to push for that Dillian Whyte fight, but he has to win here against Alexander Povetkin. And mate, let me tell you, there's going to be people underperforming here, there's going to be people overperforming here, there's going to be people here delivering the knockout of the century here. So eyes on that, eyes fixed on that. We will do everything we can publicly, legally, to try and enforce the promises that the WBC have given us, and I believe Maurizio Sulaiman will do the right thing.
Will you be gutted if the winner, well, the WBC's champion, is elevated to franchise?
Yes, we don't want it. You know, I can't make it. I believe there's been a request by Top Rank to elevate Tyson Fury to franchise champion. Please, please, please do not do that, because Anthony Joshua, by the way, doesn't want to fight the franchise champion. He wants to win the WBC title. If you beat the franchise champion, you don't even win the franchise championship. So that would be terrible for the sport. And I know that Maurizio Sulaiman would want the winner of Fury against AJ to be the WBC champion. Come on, let's have it right. And by the way, also, Dillian Whyte doesn't want to become... Devin Haney didn't want to become the WBC world champion by an email. He wanted to fight Lomachenko. That's what he was working for. That's why he fought all the way up the rankings and fought a final eliminator. Dillian Whyte wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. That's why he's fought all the way up the rankings. So don't take that away from him. You know, you can't try and achieve greatness and then once you're in touching distance, just have it taken away from you. So, you know, I'm confident that WBC will do the right thing.
So yesterday you were with Anthony Joshua. He's obviously seen the pictures. Has he talked about potentially fighting here?
Yeah, I mean, he was here a few weeks ago, but obviously there wasn't any, stadium up. And he sort of said to himself, I'd fight you. He used to train on that long, when he started his career. So, look, the aim for an AJ fight is to definitely bring crowds back. But he would have no problem fighting here against Kubrat Pulev, and who knows what's going to happen.
Eddie, any updates on Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, we're in negotiations. We made Golden Boy an offer. And, we're not a million miles away, but hopefully we can make that fight. I think it's a wonderful fight. That division's just on fire at the moment. Obviously, Devin Haney as well. And, I'm really looking forward to that fight. We hope we can get it done for later this year.
There's a video circling on Twitter where you talk about your favourite topic, pay-per-view in America, where you say too ferocious, too competitive. We obviously saw your tweet which was a response to Stephen Espinoza. It looks like they're going to do quite a few pay-per-view shows over the coming months.
Bundles. And look, I think the pay-per-view in America is a joke. $70 for a pay-per-view, like me. I mean, I'll get criticised for 19 quid. But I just feel that, and I'm not even going to justify it, but at the moment there is no appetite for the broadcasters to spend huge rights fees in this current economic environment. So the pay-per-view is an easy way out, where you can say to the fight, we'll do it on pay-per-view, and the broadcaster will go, fine, look, we'll do as many pay-per-views as you want, but I'm not paying you this monstrous rights fee for that fight. And when you look at it, if you actually look at the Showtime schedule, the two good nights are the two pay-per-view events. But if you take that away, no disrespect to David Benavidez against Romar Angulo, or Stephen Fulton main event, or Chris Colbert main event, it ain't a strong schedule. But the credit I have to give to him is the two pay-per-view nights, they are big events, but are they pay-per-view? I actually believe Gervonta Davis against Leo Santa Cruz is pay-per-view. I believe Gervonta Davis is a big star. He's filling arenas. A lot of people are talking about it. Leo Santa Cruz has a historic, strong support network of, fight fans, Mexican fight fans. But the Charlo fights, good fights, wait till you see the numbers. And this is where the problem's going to come in. So, yeah, I saw Espinoza's little dig at me, and he's entitled to it. Do you know what I mean? I like Stevie. He's a cute little thing. I just want to grab his cheeks and give him a little Stevie, So, but we can't travel to America right now, so I'll have to do it a bit later on.
Eddie, I'm going to give you the mic. Why should fight fans tune in this weekend?
Fight fans should tune in because we've tried to push the boundaries. We've tried to create something special to show you how great the sport of boxing is. We didn't want to come back in a little dark and dingy studios. We have spent over £1 million to put this together for fight fans to say our great sport is back. This Saturday, live on Sky Sports in the UK and DAZN in America, this becomes the home of boxing for the next 4 weeks. What a card on Saturday night. We kick off with Reece Bellotti against Jordan Gill, Dalton Smith against Nathan Bennett, the English heavyweight title between Fabio Wardley and Simon Vallily, the British lightweight title between James Tennyson and Gavin Gwynn, and then the main event, the egg v the cheese. It's a banger on Saturday. Next Friday night, we're making history. The first ever all-British Women's World Championship fight with Natasha Jonas and Terry Harper. Anthony Fowler on that card, Chris Billham-Smith defending his Commonwealth title as well. The week after that, great Commonwealth title fight, Jason Wellborn against Felix Cash. You got Zelfa Barrett against Eric Donovan, great fight. Shannon Courtney against Rachel Boyne, a great fight. Akib Fiaz, so many other great fights. Kieran Conway against Mansouri, and then August 22nd, can you believe that Dillian Whyte against Alexander Povetkin and Katie Taylor against Delphine Persoon will be taking place there at the new MSG. Forget Madison Square Garden, one of my favourite places in the world. This is the Matchroom Square Garden. This is the home of boxing for the next 4 weeks. We are making a major statement to the world that we are back. So on Saturday, get up, get excited, watch Rungvisai first, early doors on Matchroom Boxing YouTube. Then, as we move into the lunchtime, open a beer, get the barbie going. The weather's going to be out of this world. Big time boxing's back, baby. Do not miss it. Fightcamp, Sky Sports, IFL. Let's go.
Eddie Hearn for IFL TV, thank you very much.